Hey everyone, how y'all doing? My name is Deborah. Welcome to another edition of TEARAMA with Deborah, where I talk about my favorite dramas. And I have been talking about Descendants of the Sun for the past few weeks, and I should I'd normally watch like other dramas that are also showing, but I've been so obsessed with Descendants of the Sun that I couldn't even watch Come Back Mr. or Goodbye Mr. Black, and I am a fan of all the actors in those other dramas. But I felt like I'd be disloyal to Descendants of the Sun or something if I watched those other dramas, so I never bothered watching them. But Descendants of the Sun has come to an end. And it was a happy ending. And this tea drama is going to be slightly different from how I normally do my tea dramas just because it's the finale. So without further ado, let's go. 어깨빵 9-4 샷건 얼굴 따위로 아이돌 하는 놈 아니니깐 follow me 하이톤 샷건 실력만으로 아이돌 하는 놈 암기 가서 나온 놈이 샷 두더지 유엔나 난 따라가. Okay, first of all, our side character, Dr. Song. Oh my goodness, I the only one that was like, I told you guys this before, that I suspected that the stuff in his laptop, the document he wanted her to delete, was going to be about her, and it's gonna reveal how he loves her and etc and etc. So her opening it and seeing the pictures, I wasn't shocked, but I was surprised to find out that he knew her right from when they were young. Like, he knew her right from way back, and he has always liked her and always been in love with her. Oh, that's like some crazy commitment, dude. I take my hat off to you. But it was so sweet and nice how the women in Descendants of the Sun tend to take charge of their relationship. I think that's one thing that makes Descendants of the Sun different from most dramas, in that normally in dramas it's the guy that's always dragging the female or like leading and all, but in this drama the females, think about it, the females were the ones taking charge and dictating what goes on in their relationship, and it was kind of different, and sometimes it was annoying, but most of the times it was really nice to see. E.g., this moment where the nurse told him she was going to propose to him after she finished paying her debts back to him, and it was so funny how he's like, no, don't worry, can't we just cancel it and say you've paid me, just propose to me already, like what is wrong with you, child, and all. But I was really happy for them that they got their happy ending. I was expecting a wedding, but I wasn't expecting the wedding for Daniel and his wife, because I kind of thought they were married, but I'm glad they explained that to us on how they are married but not really married, because he just did that to help save her and all. He got married to her to help save her, even though we all knew he loved her and all, but now they're actually having a wedding. And also I like how that was explained on how they met in their relationship, because that's something I've been wondering through. So I'm glad that this drama didn't really leave loopholes in those matters, e.g. when they told us how the brothers not real brothers, but Yuji and So the Young met, even though we kind of guessed, but it was really nice just hearing it and knowing how they met. So I was really glad that they gave us that backstory of how Daniel met his wife, and I was really happy that it ended with a wedding. I wanted it to be a double wedding with the Song couple and the Go-On couple, but I was okay with it being Daniel's wedding and the Song and the Go-On couple still going to save the world as usual and all. But that was really nice to see. So I'm really glad that every couple had their happy ending. And Onyu, the only thing is Onyu. Tell me guys if I'm crazy or not, but I can promise you that I had, except Vicky subtitled this wrong, but Onyu kept on being confused about the name of the child, and he's like, okay, we're just gonna call you Blackie forever. But before the mare and the goat started marrying and blaring and all, didn't the child say his name was Blackie? He's like, he said the name of this village is Blackie, and I am also Blackie, except I am hearing teens and all. But That was really, really sweet. Onyu scene with the guy. I just wished we actually found out the name, because from what Onyu said, we didn't find out his name. So that means maybe I was wrong and I didn't hear well, and the child never said his name was Blackie. But I'm glad that they didn't forget about that child, and they showed us a little bit about that child, and they showed us the child with his goat. Blackie finally got his goat, Chowdy, and all. And I'm glad that we didn't forget about Fatima. They went back on Fatima. They showed us Fatima. They didn't show us, but they told us through her letter, Fatima learning Korean and her wanting to be a doctor. They didn't just abandon that storyline and move on from that storyline. They gave us closures for every single person that we met in the drama. We had a closure. Even for the Arabians, we had a closure for them. Even for the North Korean dude, was I the only one that was losing my head? Like, I started screaming when we found out that it was the North Korean dude that came to save Sun Joong-ki, and he didn't die. I was so freaking happy. I was really, really happy. I think throughout the whole drama, from the beginning to right now, that was my favorite scene, hands down. How he came to pay back, you know, just minus in terms of him paying back the goodness of what Sun Joong-ki did to him. This is a North Korean coming to save two South Korean soldiers. Do you know what that means? A North Korean soldier, do you know what that means? Like, that's a big, pretty big deal, and that sent a huge message out. And also, I love the message of love that was sent out, the message of unity, the message of peace that was sent out in just that moment, this message of cooperation and all, and what it can bring and do, and the message of how helping someone can go such a long way, even if they're your worst enemy in this world and all. So I really liked the message in that scene. So for me, I don't know about you, now that's my question for you. What was your favorite overall scene from episode 1 to 16 in this whole drama? I think for me, that was the most impactful. Let's say not my favorite, but one of my favorites, and yet the most impactful scene for me. So my question to you is, what was your favorite scene and what was your most impactful scene? Now the next scene, the most funny, because there were a lot of funny and cute and heart-wrenching and just nice scenes in this episode. But the funniest scene for me in this whole drama from episode 1 to 16 was the scene where the doctors, the whole committee, the whole group, the whole squad of, what's her name, Kang Moyeon at the hospital called her, and they saw Yoo Shi-jin. I felt so bad for everyone that lives around me, because you know how I said my reaction was yesterday? This was worse. I was laughing like a mad cheater. Okay, I was just laughing, and it was just too good. Okay, I was screaming and laughing. It was just too good. That scene was just the funniest scene ever, and that scene totally made my day. So from the episode 1 to right now, that was the funniest scene for me. What was the funniest scene for you? What was the scene that made you crack up non-stop right from the beginning of Descendants of the Sun till right now? For me, that was my favorite, like, funny scene of all the funny scenes that we had. Of course, the scene where she confessed to was really hilarious. That's my second scene that was really funny in the whole drama. But my number one favorite funny scene was definitely the scene where they saw Yoo Shi-jin again, when they thought he was dead. He was a ghost. That was just epic. The reaction was just epic and everything. I loved it. Next, the scene that tugged at my heart the most. I mean, I had many moments when I cried. I had many moments where I was sad. But in this episode, and even the whole drama as a whole, even when, like, So Tae-young came back, okay, it's a scene involving So Tae-young. I just kind of give you a spoiler, but when So Tae-young came back to Myung-ju, I loved, first of all, I'm gonna go to all that later. Let's not address that now. So I'm not gonna talk about him and Myung-ju now. But don't get me wrong, I loved when he met Myung-ju and all, and everything that happened, which I'll talk about later, like I said. But it didn't really pull at my heart. It didn't make me want to cry and all. I just thought, oh, I felt their meeting and their kiss and everything was, like I said, okay, I haven't said, was more impactful than the meeting between Yoo Shi-jin and Sung Hye-kyo. But their meeting after the whole "you're dead, you're now alive" thing didn't pull at me like when So Tae-young met Kim Ki-bom, and Kim Ki-bom just broke down. Like, that legit broke me down. That was a scene or the moment that I actually started crying in this episode. It was just the most touching, heart-wrenching moment. Like, oh my goodness, my brother, this guy that's like a father to me, this guy that means everything to me, is not actually dead, he's alive. Oh my goodness, everything, the emotions, just he poured out everything that we needed to feel at that moment, and everyone was feeling that moment. That was just the perfect scene. And how So the young just held onto him, and he was telling him like, it's okay, are you meant to be crying in front of like your platoon and all. It was just that scene was so precious. So I absolutely loved that scene, hands down. That scene was truly touching. The next sad scene for me was obviously when Manager Gu died. It really affected me when Manager Gu died. But this scene that actually really tugged at me was when they came back live and So Young met Kim Ki-bum. What was the saddest scene for you in this whole drama as a whole? That's my question. Now, the symbolism in this episode. Was I the only one that loved the symbolism in terms of where they met and how it represents the people they were dating? Let's take Myung-ju couple for instance. I loved how when she met him, it was in the snow, because So Young is the cold one amongst the two of them, amongst Yoo Shi-jin and So Young. He's the cold one, the one that doesn't really talk, and she's the one that melts his ice, melts the snow. So it was really nice that they met in the snow and all, and I just loved this scene, how they kissed and all. And well, snow represents purity and all, like the whiteness of snow represents purity, well, for me and all. And he is really pure to an extent and innocent. So it was just really nice, the symbolism with that scene and how it just fits his character. And I loved how they kissed and all. It was just really cute. I was really happy for them that they finally came back together and everything was okay. And I loved the scene where they met the dad, even though I was kind of surprised that So Young didn't understand that the dad meant when he told him I'm gonna send you on this mission, do you want to go or do you want to stay, but if you go on this mission until I find another person before I can send you out of the military. I'm really shocked though. I was really shocked that So Young didn't understand that meant, dude, you ain't leaving the military, I'm not gonna find someone else to replace you. I'm like, he didn't get that? I got that. How could you not have gotten that? I thought you got it. And but I really like that the dad has accepted him now and everything is good, and we got closure too on that. Now, moving on from that to the symbolism in the main couple scene. I love how he met her in a desert, because a desert is a place that is like filled with just sand and like the whole apparition things, where sometimes you see things that aren't really there. You're not really sure if you're seeing, like, let's say, take for example water. You can see water in a desert and think it's water, but it's not actually a water. It's kind of plays with your mind and deceives you and all. And a desert holds a lot of secrets in that you're not sure of where the water is. You're not sure of when there's gonna be a storm, a sandstorm. You're not really sure of what's going to hit you when you're in a desert. And that just typical Yoo Shi-jin. He has so many secrets. He's just plain like that. What you see is what you get. He holds no other extra things. But then, even though he is in plain sight of you and you can see everything clearly, but then he has his secrets, e.g. the water that is being hidden and you really need to search out, and sometimes you might never be able to find. He has his secrets which he hides, and all that Kang Mo-yeon may never be able to get and may never be able to find. And then there's some secrets that she may be able to get from him when she's lucky and all, and he tells her, oh, I'm going to the department store, but she will never really know the true nature of what exactly he's going to do, or the whole theme of the mission, and etc and etc. So I really like the symbolism on the two different people and how they met in different places that represented who they are as characters and as people as a whole. So I really enjoyed that. Yoo Shi-jin and Kang Mo-yeon were just the cutest, especially the scene where she went to wash her car and she poured the water on him, and he came and he was staying on her and she was hugging him. It was acting like a baby because he was really cool. That he was really, really cute. And all this overall was a really, really nice episode. I loved the episode. I loved the ending. I love how the ending was realistic in that there was a volcano. Even though I don't think there are volcanoes in Canada, I don't really know about Canada's geography, but that's just an interesting thing to happen. But I love how that happened because that's typical Descendants of the Sun. Something just has to happen at such moments. So it was really, really nice that they had that volcano ending, and how Onyu came out and he's like, well, we gave you a happy ending. You guys are happy, right? Like, isn't this the perfect ending ever? And then the whole volcano thing happened, and then they all got out like, oh, we're used to these situations. Let's go save the world once more. Avengers style. It was just a perfect ending ever. I absolutely loved the ending. I love that I had a happy ending. If it had a sad ending when he died, I know it would have been still good, but I'm sorry, I'm just happy and grateful for a happy ending. And you can never really satisfy people. If you give us a sad ending, there will be people that are mad, and if you give happy endings, there will be people who are also mad. But I'm glad that they kind of explained what happened with how the two men escaped, even though I need more explanations. I felt like they should have shown it to me for me to fully believe it, but I'm just gonna ignore the story and just stick to the North Korean side and be like, he saved them, and and just believe that a miracle happened and all, and not think of the holes in the drama. But overall, it was a good drama. I just had a problem with the product placements. In this episode, I wanted them to stay away from product placements in this episode, but the product placements were just all up in our faces, and I'm like, not this episode too, especially the hotel product placement. That was the one that was getting to me and all. But overall, it was a really nice episode. It was a sweet episode, the perfect ending. I love how it ended and all. I loved this drama. This drama has been a breath of fresh air for me for the past 2 months now. I believe it has been everything. It has made my day every Wednesday and Thursday and other days that I rewatch it. And yes, the drama Descendants of the Sun had its plot holes. Yes, it had like its product placement problems. Yes, it had some minor issues, but one thing we need to give to it is the characters were real. The characters, like I said, had their plot holes in terms of like Yu Shijin just surviving from things that he shouldn't naturally survive from. But the characters still touched our hearts. The characters still were relatable. We could relate to the characters, we could relate to their maturity. There was good character development. They had good stories in terms of the characters themselves as people and all. So I absolutely loved that. It wasn't the same old chill romance story of a rich guy falling for a poor girl and all. It was a different drama in its own way, in its own special way. Descendants of the Sun was different, and it's definitely a drama that I'll recommend to anybody. Go check it out if you haven't watched Descendants of the Sun. It's a drama to watch. It's a drama to add to your drama list if you've never watched it. It was a good drama, and it was one of the best dramas that I have seen so far in the year 2016. Another thing I loved was the bromance in this drama. The bromance in this drama was not overplayed by the romance, neither was it underplayed by the romance. Is that right word to use? I believe so. But I love how the bromance was perfectly balanced with the romance and the sistermance. The bromance wasn't overthrown by the romance, neither was it overthrown by the sistermans. Instead, they all matched perfectly and beautifully. And my favorite bromance moment, I don't know about you guys, but my favorite bromance moment was definitely the scene where Yu Shijin was trapped underneath the fallen structure while they were at Uruk, and what's his name, what's his name, So De Young was like, look here, I don't care, I'm going to get my bro. When you remember the scene where what's her name, Myung-ju was trying to stop him, and then she's like, you're not gonna stay even if I stop you, right? Okay, just take care of yourself. And all when he was going for Yu Shijin, and how Yu Shijin had so much faith in his brothers out there. He's like, look here, I have people out there that they're gonna come through everything to get across to me. I have faith in my brother out there. I know I ain't gonna die in here. He won't allow me to die in there. So that was my favorite bromance moment. The bromance in this drama was sick. The sistemance, it had everything. It wasn't just a typical love story. It had the whole war team, humanity team. It had the team of love. It had the team of sistemance. It had the bromance. It had everything. The whole family. That your family doesn't necessarily have to be just people who are blood related to you. You can form new relations who become your family, and who might even be tighter with you than your real actual family. So I really loved this drama, who might even impact you more than that, your real family, e.g. Kim Ki-bom, So De Young, and even Myung-ju and all. So I really loved that about this drama, how it showed all those things. So yeah, let me know what you all think about Descendants of the Sun episode 16 in the comments down below. To everyone who has been watching my reviews, to Jay, Pen, to Miko, to Magna, to Jessica, and everyone else out there who watches my reviews and you may not comment but you like my videos, and or you even watch even if you don't like it. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey. It's been so much fun just being able to discuss my thoughts with you all and relate and spaz and freak out about this drama with you all. You were like my other family. Absolutely loved the moments that we shared and we had together. This was a great experience for me. I am glad to have been able to share my love for Descendants of the Sun with you guys. I am thankful that you allowed me to share my love of it with you all. Thank you for listening to me and craziness. Thank you for watching my long 30 minutes sometimes videos of Descendants of the Sun, and thank you for joining me on this ride. It was a really great ride, and at the end of it all we had a happy ending. Group hug! Don't forget to give this video a like, to let me know what you all think in the comments down below. This was such a I love the ending. You have no idea, bro. I'm like, you have no idea. I just loved every scene. I loved the love that was showcased between our main couples. I love how they filled us with so much cheesiness and so much just fluffy tender moments and all, and so much love in these scenes. It was absolutely perfect, and I love how at the end of the day our main couples returned to Uruk to return the stone together and all alive. I'm like, alive, let's not forget that. So yeah, this was a really good fight. We fought and we won at the end of the day. Don't forget to share and keep being awesome beautiful people you are. For me to you all, you know I've got nothing but love for you all. Thank you.
이름이 뭡니까?
유시진입니다. 그쪽은요?
Whenever, wherever you are. Oh, love, love, love. 어쩌다 내가 널 사랑했을까 밀어내려